Hello, and welcome to the HEALcast. I'm Bobby, joined by my awesome co-host Morgan. Morgan, say hey.
Hey.
And we are here joined by an awesome friend of ours, Ethan Conway. Ethan, how are ya?
I'm great. It's so good to be here. Hello, everybody.
So great to have you here. It's kind of weird that we've been doing this is our 20th episode, so we've been at this for 21 weeks, and we've waited this long to have you, and we shouldn't have because you should have been on the list like super early. But it's okay. We figured it out. We got you here now. So if you want to go ahead and jump right into it and let us know a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I graduated from Penn State in May 2020. So it was kind of like the cursed year of when quarantine started. But I honestly think it's better than what everyone else is dealing with now. That's still at school. But yeah, I joined Heal freshman year, and then since then I ended up becoming a Thon weekend chair my sophomore year, and then a family relations chair my junior year, and a president my senior year. And then also senior year, I was lucky enough to dance for Heal, and ever since then I've just been graduated, living a real life and working. But yeah, it's been fun. It was a great experience just with Heal and Thon in general.
Awesome.
And so now you're a big boy doing big boy things like working a job. So can you tell us a little bit about that too?
Yeah, so I work at Merck, which is located in Lansdale, Pennsylvania. Um, and we deal with pharmaceuticals, and more specifically, I'm working with just vaccines at Merck. Um, and my exact role is a quality assurance position. So what I'm doing is actually taking statistical sampling of the vaccines that are manufactured there, and I'm making sure that there's no defects or no problems with them, so that they're safe to go to the consumer.
I
So, like,
thought you were gonna say like you
job
just.
ever.
I thought you were gonna say you take the vaccines and make sure there's no side effects. I was like, yikes,
No,
dude.
no, I'm
A
just
sampler.
I'm
You're,
only just visually looking at them.
yeah, you're just a lab rat. They just inject you with all these serums and hope it all goes well, right?
Yeah, no, that's not true.
Well, then there's a very obvious question that we have to ask now, since this is the year 2020. How is Merck's COVID-19 vaccine coming along?
Yeah, so like I personally don't know um, too much about it, like more than what the general public knows, just
Yeah,
about um, we aren't on phase 3. So phase 1 is where they test the vaccine on, um, I guess they just test it on people to make sure it's like doesn't hurt them.
yeah.
Phase 2 is where they test it on different ages and um, just a more diverse group of people so that they can check that it works on everyone. And then state or phase 3 is when they check to actually make sure that the vaccine works. So I believe we're getting closer to phase 3. But what's cool is that with Merck, what I actually will be dealing with is once we are ready to start manufacturing a vaccine, whether it's ours or someone else's, like in other companies like Moderna's or Pfizer's, um, I will be one of the people that's actually on the floor doing the statistical sampling and making sure that the vaccines are safe to go to people. So it'll be cool that I'll be one of the first people to see those vaccines that are made. But then I guess there's a lot of liability to make sure that I don't let anything bad slide through.
Yeah, I only want an Ethan inspected injection, please, so that I know who to come to if I have any side effects.
Right, I'll make sure that that happens for you,
All
Bobby.
right, perfect, perfect. Well,
We
that's
need your
actually
stamp of approval.
yeah, that's so cool though that like you went into like the most ideal job, I guess, after graduating, right? Like you went from graduating at like the peak of COVID-19 to working on the vaccine within your first year. That's got to be pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, it is really cool, and I kind of realized that this might be like the most exciting year I have for working for the rest of my life, and it's the first year I'm working.
I mean, I guess yeah, that's a little like cynical to look at, but hey, who knows? They're saying these are going to be more common now, so maybe
True,
there'll be another bit.
that's true. But
Please no.
yeah, it is cool though, and I'm really like happy to be there. I think I really like my job, which is something that I didn't really expect to say, because working isn't always fun.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it's a great thing to also have like on your resume that you were doing this with the COVID-19 vaccine. So,
Yeah,
best of luck to you. Best of luck to that vaccine. Let me know when you
thank
start
you.
producing. I will be the person who will go in and get the vaccine so you can see if I die or not.
you,
I
we'll,
volunteer.
we'll use you for a test.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll do the lab rat job that you were unfortunately not doing. Or maybe fortunately, I guess.
So there's a possibility that you guys could be, um, I guess, processing or creating Pfizer's vaccine like material. Like I don't know what's that process like. It would just be to make more faster.
Yeah. I- I'm not sure of this exact or completely, but from what it sounds like is now that Pfizer and I believe Moderna is in the middle of it, but they're both about to be FDA approved.
I believe they both
Um,
are at this point.
yeah, I think Moderna just got it
Yeah.
yesterday
Does
or
it have
something
to
like
be?
that.
I think it is because I know that there's like essential workers who are already receiving it. So wouldn't it?
Yeah.
They
Have to be-
administered it yesterday in Florida to the first like general public, I think.
They,
So that's
I mean, they administered. Sorry, they administered it in New Jersey, like to the hospital that my sister delivered my nieces and nephews to. So, so it's definitely being administered.
yeah. I have a friend that got it. I think yesterday. But
Well, lucky friend.
yeah, she's a nurse, so
Yeah,
makes
that
Wow.
makes
sense. But she's or that's definitely Pfizer's vaccine. So
Okay.
Moderna is also making their own. I'm pretty sure that one's getting approved and that'll be out soon. Or maybe it is already out. I'm not completely sure. But
We're not experts here.
yeah. I forget. Oh yeah. So um if those are approved and I guess USA or the world even wants these to be more rapidly manufactured, they can say to Merck and other pharmaceutical companies, like, hey, we want you to start making this. And that's what we're kind of doing with our labs and our different lines and just making sure that they're ready so that we can make other people's vaccines and then we can also make our own.
That's pretty
Got
cool.
it.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
I
Yeah.
like that. This is the first time we went down the corona rabbit hole, but it was like a good thing. We like had a good outlook on it. Like
It was like
Yeah.
hopeful. Yeah.
yeah, we're like
It's-
happy about this. Like
I feel like this is one of the first podcasts where it's actually like we can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
definitely,
because They have
definitely.
vaccines out.
Yeah.
For sure. I had just like a doctor's checkup today, and I said to my doctor, I was like, when are you guys going to get the vaccine? And she's like, yeah, some of our doctors are actually getting it next week, so it's kind of cool. I mean, she's not working in the hospital, but some of those doctors do. And the ones that work in the hospital will be getting it within the next week, like they're already scheduled. So
Wow.
it's a very it's like a hopeful feeling.
I'd have been like, "Hey doc, when can I get the vaccine?"
I know. But you know what? Like I'll definitely wait my turn. There's
No,
people
yeah, for sure.
who are like treating COVID patients more readily and seeing more people and stuff. So
Yeah, I think
I'll
I
wait my turn.
definitely
Hopefully it's
I
hopefully
definitely am on the top of the list, sitting in my basement for every day for the rest of my life. So.
apparently there's like something you can do where like you put in, I guess, like statistics about you and they'll tell you
Yeah,
where in line you are for when you'll receive the vaccine.
I have it saved. I can send it to you both after the podcast if you want to check it out. But it was pretty cool. I think I was I was like 10.8 millionth in line, which is pretty good. I how many people live in the United States? 400. So I mean,
I,
I'm up there, right?
I, Bobby, I hate to kill you with this, but I'm pretty sure if we're talking about the same thing, it might be based on the state.
Yeah.
So you're about 10 millionth in line in Pennsylvania.
In Pennsylvania, yeah. So like, out of
Out
the
of, like,
20
11
million
million.
people who live here,
That's still not bad though. You're pretty far ahead.
I'm above like all the kids in like school. So like,
Okay.
elementary school and high school were like the lowest on the bottom because apparently they have like the least chance of like dying. So I
Well,
beat
we're
them.
also older.
I
Not
beat
that
them.
we're that old,
I
but
win.
like we're a little older. We also go to college, so that might have something to do with it. I know college campuses are like notorious for
I don't know.
spreading like things that are already vaccinated against. Like, don't people sometimes
Measles.
get measles and mumps and all that
Wasn't there
stuff?
a
That
measles outbreak
True.
during Thon? What 2016? A lot of the families didn't come.
Yeah, I think 2017
Maybe
or
17.
2016.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was one of those
one of
two
those.
where wow, little did
yeah,
they know.
colleges are just really good about spreading germs. I mean, it makes sense. We're all on top of each other, but
We're just not the. I mean, we're smart, but like we're not that smart.
yeah, we didn't graduate college yet.
Yeah, come on, we gotta give us some time.
Even graduation doesn't necessarily help.
Yeah, Ethan never had his graduation. That didn't happen, so he's
That's true.
yeah, so he doesn't even count either.
Yeah, did they ever say when they're gonna like let you guys walk, or are they kind of just not doing it?
So they're saying that we'll have a time to celebrate. Um, like they'll call us back for a celebration.
Air quotes on celebrate, right?
Well, because at first I assumed like, oh, that meant we're gonna walk, but
Yeah,
now some people kind of think, oh, that might just mean like it will be a big event, but there's no actual graduation ceremony. But
You guys are
they
gonna be like 40 years old with children
yeah. They're gonna bring you all
walking
back.
to celebration.
It'd be
I
cool if
don't know.
they like slap something together like Arts Fest weekend, because like a
Yeah,
lot of people come up anyways.
that'd be really cool. But what they're saying is they'll do it when it's safe. So
Yeah,
that might
hopefully
not
it's
be
safe
until
by Arts Fest.
yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
I bet you Arts Fest not this year because it might still be a little bit of a concern, but like when it's completely all clear, maybe the next Arts Fest, maybe you'll walk with us.
what?
That's
How
honestly
crazy would that be?
it's a possibility. And that's actually a crazy possibility. But then would they make class of 2021 also walk with you guys?
Maybe.
Perhaps.
You know
What?
what? I don't think, just thinking about it, I don't think that the hotels could handle it if
No,
they
That's
had
true.
all of
They
their parents.
couldn't.
they
Because you
could
guys
not.
don't have places anymore at in-state college, so even you guys coming up would need a hotel to
He'd
stay
sleep
at.
on our floor. Come on, we'd
Well,
help
yeah,
him
but
out.
like not everyone's gonna like. Of course, you're welcome at our apartment,
All
but
of
like not
Heal will be
everyone has.
crammed into my house.
Yeah, seriously, they'll be just dispersed across like a couple people's places.
That would be crazy. Oh my
It would
gosh.
be cool.
How cool would that be though? Like just looking back to like our freshman year and like your junior year, like you are walking with like would you have thought in any world that we'd walk at graduation? You know what I mean? Like that's so at the same time, like that's crazy.
No, I would never have thought that.
Yeah,
But why?
exactly. Like that's so
You,
wild.
you'll probably walk before me, honestly.
Like yeah, that too. Why did you like? Oh yeah, these freshmen coming in now, even though I'm a junior, like they're going to graduate before I technically do. Like,
Yeah.
well,
Well,
anyways, maybe we should get to heal stuff.
wait, really quick.
All right, keep going. I don't care.
If there is like your celebration while we're still in school, that would be like the greatest heel reunion
Oh,
ever.
I know.
That
That
would
would
be
be
so
so
fun.
cool. I mean,
Yeah.
something I really wanted to do was make some sort of event where it made sense, where we could most of the alumni could come back to kind of like see each other and then also see Heal.
Yeah.
And ideally, it would have been like the blue white game, just because it's nice out and a lot of people already come back to Penn State for that.
Hmm.
But again, I don't know if that's actually going to happen this year.
Yeah, but
Wow.
even in the next year, we could totally do that. That would be so
True.
much.
Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely plan on coming back for something like that, and then maybe even looking into coming back for some of the regular season games.
Let me
Uh-huh.
know, and let me know about that plan because well, and talk to Maggie too, because who knows? Maybe something can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll happen this year. I might be talking to next year's president, but
Yeah.
we'll
All
figure
right,
it out.
Morgan, it's all you. Anyways, looking at looking at heal stuff. You got a whole resume to go through. So where do we want to start?
Let's start Thon weekend yourself. Actually, tell us about how you got involved in Heal, and then we'll just like work our way up.
Yeah,
So tell
chronology,
us
baby.
about. I think I kind of already know, but in the podcast might know if you're an avid listener. But how many avid listeners do we even have?
According to the statistics, 4. But anyways,
Go ahead.
Okay. So the way I found Heal was my freshman year. It was actually spring semester that I joined instead of fall. So fall semester, I kind of was like, wow, I really don't have many friends at Penn State. And I felt like I was just going to classes, and then I had like two friends that I knew from high school, and I'd only really talk to them, and then maybe a few other people. But I decided to check out the involvement fair in the spring, which is the one people don't normally go to. But I saw my friend Nick Camusi there, and I met him from the cross country club, and he pulled me over and was like, "Yeah, this is Heal," and it was kind of like a thing where he's like, "I'm not like I won't make you join, but this is what we do," and I was actually like, "Oh, I really want to join that. That sounds fun." Like, because I was just thinking I need something to do. I can't just live like this. So I went to the first meeting, and I was instantly hooked on it. I like it. Everything just sounded so cool, and everyone was so friendly in there. Um, and yeah, I don't even know if I missed a meeting since that first meeting for that year. I definitely probably missed another one from like an exam or something. Um, but I just thought it was so cool. So I stuck with it. I think the way you know about the story is probably from Maggie.
Yeah.
And as you know, like I also brought her the next week because she was probably in the same boat as me. And yeah, and then we just both stayed with it, and we had a lot of fun with it.
Awesome.
Good.
Enough fun to join exec the next year. So
Yeah.
what was that like?
Yeah, so it was actually kind of the same thing. I was walking home one day with Nick Camusi, and he was just like, or I told him, I was like, yeah, I saw like exec positions are open. And I told him like it's definitely something I want to do one year, but I don't know if like I get it right now. And I remember him telling me that like, oh, you should apply no matter what, because like if you don't get it, you don't get it, and if you get it, then it means you deserved it. So that's the person. Like I wasn't planning on applying, and then after he told me that, I was like, okay, I'll apply. And I applied. I admittedly didn't know like the depth of every position. I don't even think I applied for Thon Weekend Chair, but I ended up becoming Thon Weekend Chair, and I was super excited. Also, didn't know exactly what we were supposed to be doing, but then we quickly learned that. I was with Kylie, so she was a huge help. Like she was definitely MVP. But yeah, so we did Thon Weekend together, and that was a lot of fun. I know that there's always a stressful situation every year for the Thon Weekend chairs.
Never.
I think you could go off about that probably. But I honestly think mine might top yours just because
Oh, let's hear it.
We have to hear it.
it was probably about a little before halfway through our thon that this other sorority that was originally behind us, they started like slowly coming down into our section, and they were not moving, so they would like really try to nudge us out because I guess they thought they deserved spots more than us in the stands. And like they would stand and literally be like shoulder on your shoulder, like making sure you don't move any more into their space. And this was like literally this was the like whole scene for all of Thon until the very end, when like we finally had some R&R people that were just like, okay, you're gonna like just split up this section. So we had half the section, they had half the section. It ended up working out fine, but it was stressful because there was points where I was like, I couldn't even move my foot for about 4 hours at a time because this other person had their foot right next to mine, like ready to steal any space I give up. And just like having to deal with that for however many hours on top of like supporting your dancers was pretty stressful.
Yeah, yours was definitely worse for you than mine was for me. Shannon could probably like rival it because if anyone listening doesn't know, I might have lost our section last year to the blue band while
It
I was
wasn't your
alone.
fault. We came in and took
Yeah,
it. Like,
yeah. So I was Shannon was on break, and her break went from like 6 hours to one, um, and she didn't really understand what was happening, but she just like showed up. So she's the best ever. But yeah, like mine was like a 3 hour endeavor, and then it was done, and it was like awesome. But that sounds awful to deal with that for 46 hours.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah.
you're
it's a lot because you need to move and you need to like do other things. So to be standing still for that long,
I would have
like,
broke. I would have just like
yeah.
broke down and just like punched a sorority girl or something.
there was also some like vulgar talk coming from them, but
That's
I shouldn't.
yucky.
Yeah, it was honestly pretty gross. But
Yeah.
Pretty
Well,
nasty, especially at Thon. Like, do you know what we're here for?
yeah, exactly. No, but I'll say this, Bobby, you guys definitely handled it super well because
thanks,
who
buddy.
ended up having that section at the end?
That's true. We did.
Yeah.
The sorority girls tried, but
Did you know that was happening, Ethan, as a dancer, or were you kind of oblivious to it?
I think you
Um,
texted me what had happened.
I think someone told me who was on the pass list. They came down and told me. They're like, "Yeah, we lost our section." I was like, "What?" And because I like honestly, my biggest thing was that like I wanted to make sure the people in the stands were having a good time. So I was like texting Bobby. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I was trying to be like,
I could
okay,
check.
what can we do? Like, what can we help out with? But yeah, it seemed like I think you just responded saying that you had it under control.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
And by the way, at the time, I had nothing under control. I was I was talking straight out of my butt. I was like, "Oh yeah, this is fine. Just hang out, handle it." I even like put in the group me. I was like, yeah, this happened. Don't worry about it, guys. It's okay. It's a minor setback. We're good." At that time, I had no clue what I was doing. So I faked it till I made it, and
Exactly.
we made it.
That's sometimes what you gotta do. Just
Yeah.
make people feel like it's under control, and they'll be more confident.
Yep. Meanwhile, on the inside, he's just screaming.
On the outside, I was just screaming too. I
we need you.
I like went into the bathroom and I was like, I am going to get killed. Like this
Get
is so
his balls
bad.
here. Wiped him off.
Yeah.
Like,
Do this.
no matter what, I don't think anyone would have blamed you, Bobby, because
Nah, it's-
that's literally something you cannot
No.
control.
They just
Like,
rolled
can
up.
you?
They were like, "You gotta leave." I was like, okay,
No.
I guess."
Well, you know what? It's all in the past.
It's funny
It's
now,
all
so we can
good.
talk about it and smile.
Yeah.
And it ended up being the awesomest thing, being on the floor and seeing you guys take it back.
Yeah,
Like that was, I don't know, that was so cool.
It was
It's
a
like,
battle.
yes, we won.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then your junior year, so you were what? Family relations your junior year with Emily Foster. Oh my gosh, that's another person we need to have on this podcast.
Call her,
You
text
do.
her.
On the side, yeah. Well, she's in school, so I figured it might be her finals week. So maybe in a week or two when she's
Well, we need a guest next week.
okay. Perfect.
We'll
Okay,
bring Ethan
anyway,
back too.
so-
It can be a double.
Yeah. Okay. What was that like? There you go.
Family relations was really cool, and I really am glad that I kind of got to see the other side of Heal, just with spending a lot of time communicating with our family, the Tuckies. Of course, now we have the Hesses also to support, but at the time it was just the Tuckies, and they were. It was just such a rewarding experience. Like no day actually felt like I was working. It felt like I was doing something that I wanted to do. And then on top of that, it was so nice having Emily Foster there because she's been in that position. I want to say 1, maybe 2 years. I
She
can't
was
actually.
FR all 3 years.
Okay, all 3 years. Yeah, so she was super experienced and she knew how everything worked. And then like it was also nice because she probably could have handled it all on her own and just done everything on her own. But she was nice enough to let me do some of the stuff. Like I remember the 1 week Becca wasn't feeling great, so we decided to send a care package, and I got to put most of it together and come up with like some cool little objects in there that would help them feel better. Like I had a little fake beach set, so they had like face mask, or it was like a spa set, so they had like face masks.
Not the kind we use now.
No,
different
no,
different
not
face
those.
masks.
Yeah, the definition has changed.
Yeah.
But it was just like the lei necklace thing. It was stuff like that, and we just put it in there along with like candy and snacks and other stuff that they'd like, and they were super happy about that. But yeah, that's just one specific event from being a family relations chair, but it was also rewarding in my opinion.
Well, as far as I remember, you killed it. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, you were. I came in as a little freshman. I was like, this Ethan guy, he knows what he's doing. He's got it together.
Yeah, seriously, that's like my first memory of FR, and I remember you and Boss being like awesome and all the things that we did that year. Um, we did a lot of fun stuff our freshman year. I think it was also cool because we were freshmen, so it was like something new and exciting that we'd never seen before.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we did some really fun stuff, and that was the year that the Tucky spoke at Thon, right?
Yes, that was. Yep.
Yeah.
So that was also really cool. So
And you were up on stage for that, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So for everyone that doesn't know, we had the Tuckies were one of two or three families that were asked to speak at the Final Four for Thon that year, and it's such a like I thought it was such a huge deal for them that they're able to share their story and talk about what they want to talk about. And then they also asked, I want to say 10 people from Heal. It was mostly just the dancers, the FR chairs, and maybe a couple other people to come stand up there with them just for moral support. It was all really cool. So that's definitely one of the biggest memories I have from Thon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
you
was.
probably. Sorry, go.
I was gonna say that was just super cool being in the stands and like looking out and not only seeing like a bunch of my friends on the stage, but like my family and like hearing her. She mentioned watching SpongeBob, and I was like, "Yeah, that's me, that's me." So that was like, it was just so cool to like it all came full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that like that image will just always be in my mind. Like I'll always remember it with like the blue shirts and everyone standing together. I feel like it was really cool too because you don't see a lot of other orgs like arm in arm like standing up there together, and it's just a neat thing.
Now we'd have to do it 6 feet apart, but
Yeah, well, hopefully not for too long. I mean, maybe I guess by February things
it's
will
fine.
be.
Ethan's gonna have us hooked up for next year. Thon 2021 is gonna be awesome, but Thon 2022, that's when we go hard,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
I'll be licking
It'll-
doorknobs at that thon. It doesn't even matter. I'll be vaccined up.
I'll definitely be visiting for that Thon.
Good.
Maybe for
Yeah.
this one too. I know it's going to be different, but
Well, you can
I
zoom
don't know
in.
if you want to talk about that later.
I can call you. I think it's
Yeah,
on.
you know what?
It's all
You know what
online.
that? Do you know what Thon this year looks like, Ethan?
Did they come up with it like officially?
No.
Yeah. Well, we just know that we're not allowed on campus, and it's gonna be live streamed. So, and we don't.
And
know
less than 46 hours.
So is it like is it everyone together or is it pretty much just the um, six of you together?
So I do know an initial plan that got shut down by the university. So the original idea was like Thon's executive committee was renting out every single building on campus they could for Thon weekend, and they were going to give like a classroom to an org or like a group. So Heal would have been in like Willard 108, and so like Willard 108 is all Heal, or like 108 and like 109. So like one would be your dancers and then one would be your org, and then your DRCMs could just bounce around your buildings. The university was like, no, you can't do that, and they told them that I think 2 weeks ago now or 3 weeks ago. It was like right after Thanksgiving. So at that point, they had no idea what they were doing. And I still don't think they have very much of a plan, which I can't really blame them. But we're getting down to the wire, and no one has any clue what's going on. So
Yeah, I heard some ideas because I talked to Carson.
Yeah.
I didn't even know when you guys chose the dancers, but then I saw it on one of his Instagram posts.
we chose the
And,
dancers.
Yeah, I know.
Did they not send out an email to you guys? That might. I'm sure that'll happen.
Yeah, it should happen soon. I sometimes
Don't read them.
check my email.
Yeah.
No, I read them if I get them, but oh yeah, but congrats, Morgan.
Thank you.
Wait, sorry, it's Morgan, Carmen, Carson, Nora. Who are the other two? Jared, that's right, and then
Sam Smith.
That's right. Okay, yeah, because the only reason I know is Carson texted me late one night, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh wow, we have all our dancers.
We got 6 dancers, Ethan. 6.
Yeah, I heard that too, and then that was thanks to what was it like Sam and Chad?
We ate that dub right there. We bit that. So took the win in the 100 days fun comp and got 2 dancers for it. So
That's so awesome because that's the second year now that
yeah,
we've done it recently.
we do it, then we take a year off, then we do it again. We'll take next year off. We'll give everyone else a chance, and then we'll come back and win.
Yeah.
No, we'll just start doing it every year in a row now.
Oh, okay, might as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Make it
why
out of
not?
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I like obviously it's not going to be the same as every other thon, but I think that could be a really cool thing because now you can kind of make thon whatever you want thon to be. And how I kind of look at it as it's gonna depend a lot on heel. I think heel is gonna make your thon. And I'll be honest with you, like the group that I would trust the most to make my thon would be heel. Like I think they're gonna be super extra and just somehow make it just as good as a regular thon. So I think that's something to be super excited about. And I know, especially once it gets closer, I want to get involved somehow and just maybe like send something out, whether it's like, oh, here's a special event you can do for 1 hour or who knows what yet. But I think it depends what you guys plan on doing first. Then I can go from there to see how I can help support you guys.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I don't want to hear anything more because I want to be surprised, but you can
Yeah.
totally talk to Bobby about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say talk to me because
Yeah.
being extra is my favorite thing.
Yeah, I can't leak anything now because I literally don't have anything planned. But,
Ethan doesn't know anything. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, our thon weekend shirts this year have this cool, new, unique, never seen before task, basically. But I think they'll do it. I mean, I know they'll do a great job. I just can't imagine being in their position right now and being like, okay, so what do we do? So shout it out, Andrew and Lex. You guys are going to do great.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a different role for them this year, but I trust them. I think they'll be great at it.
I mean, you picked them.
That's true. I did.
Hell, he helped pick. He didn't. He wasn't the only one.
Oh yeah, but you did those interviews.
I picked them because I knew this pandemic was happening.
Yeah, he was like,
you
oh
did know the
yeah.
pandemic
wait.
was happening when we
You
were-
did know the pandemic was happening.
I forgot. It's
In
been
my
too
interview,
long.
I'm pretty sure I was like, oh well, like the pandemic will be done by the time the school year comes around. So, and you're like,
I know in my interview, you guys made me stand up because you thought I was rocking the like dress up shirt and not the pants, but I knew you would ask me to stand up. So I put on my dress pants.
I may have started that because I asked everyone what pants they were wearing.
I think I had mine. I don't know. Maybe I thought I had mine like early in the week though. And Shannon was like, "You are definitely wearing sweatpants right now." And I said, "Am I, Shannon?" And I stood up and I was like, "Do these look like sweatpants to you?" She goes, "No, they're khakis."
We gave you the position right on the spot.
Yeah, and they were like, "All right, no interview needed. Heel is now yours. Here is the key to City Hall. And thank you for saving the world." And I said, "Yeah, no problem." And here we are.
Anyway, okay, so then your senior year, you were president. That was me and Bobby's first years on exec. You were an awesome president, by the way. So what was it like? Like, you have, I don't know, I feel like being president is like this daunting task. What did it feel like?
So I'll say admittedly, like it's something that the only reason I applied is because I like didn't just want some position. I really wanted like the best possible year for heel for my just like for my last year that I could help out. So I applied for president and I wanted to just make it as great as possible. And then like I can't lie, the dark side was that the first couple months were super stressful. Like not to say it wasn't rewarding because it was rewarding every day of my senior year. But it was very stressful trying to keep everything under control, because in my head I like painted this perfect picture for how I wanted it to be, and then and you kind of realize this in any position on exec board, but you realize that it's never going to go exactly how you planned it to be, just because random things can pop up. For example, I think you guys have the most random year possible right now.
Yeah,
but,
maybe.
A small thing, a very small thing that popped up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I'm sure that was super stressful at first just to figure things out. And then the great thing is that like once you're under that stress, is a lot of great things come out of it. Like, for example, the podcast was probably birthed just from dealing with the circumstances of this year.
Not probably, definitely.
It definitely would not have happened otherwise.
Yeah, and then like I think this is super cool. It's such a good way for especially alumni to keep in touch and see what's going on. But yeah, so going back to my year, I had the only reason I could say I was stressed is just because I was kind of a perfectionist and wanted everything to be perfect. But what I will say is that before the year started, and even in my president interview and application, all that, I had 3 main goals listed out for the year, which were one, to start supporting another family in addition to the Tuckies, which
Check.
we accomplished with the Hesses, which is awesome. And then my second goal was to increase the retention rate and active members within HEAL, because normally we're around like 40, maybe just under 50. But our senior year, looking at the numbers, we consistently had like over 60 people coming to meetings. And then we also had, I mean, if you count the dues and the people who are like actually considered active members, we had over 70, and like I think almost 80 actually, which was like, that was exactly where I wanted to be. So I thought that was a huge success for the org. And then finally, I wanted to fundraise an amount of over $40,000, which we also hit. That would have been higher. I initially wanted 60,000, but then that was before we found out officially that ribbon sales were banned. So that's
Yeah, that kind of hurt a little bit.
As you guys know, that's like where we got literally most of our fundraising amounts from. So working around that, I just kind of set a goal. Okay, let's aim for 40, and then we also hit that, and we stayed super close with other orgs who don't depend on that as much as we did. So I'm really happy with how everything turned out, and I have to say, like, it's all thanks to literally the entire org, because none of that would have been possible without like missing anyone from that org. I think it was such an awesome year, and I honestly wish we could like keep it all the same just for one more year and see what kind of big things we could do from that.
Yeah, I think it was such a successful year that didn't get the full celebration that it deserved, because we did Thon. We didn't have a meeting. I think we had one meeting and then went home after Thon. So it just didn't, we went home for spring break, never got to celebrate after that, never got to go back, never got to really say bye to each other. And I feel like that's like a missing piece that I really hope that we get to have one day. That's why I'm saying, like, your celebration when you guys come back, like, hopefully we can like really truly celebrate all the things that happened last year that just kind of, I don't know, it just never felt complete. Like, you still have to get a lip tattoo, so like all of the things that really needed to happen, no, I'm kidding.
Dodged a bullet with that one, buddy.
Yeah, seriously, but like, just, I don't know, I hope that we do get that celebration, like almost the closure to such a good year. I mean, like, we met the Hesses and like we haven't really gotten to see them since, like we see them virtually, but like it just feels like such an unclosed chapter of all of our lives. I think everyone feels that no matter what you're going through, whether it's Thon related, HEAL related, or just in life, a lot of us are like missing that. So
Yeah.
I hope we get to do it.
There's that sad COVID part.
I wasn't. No, it's not like a COVID thing. It's just like the closure that we usually have at the end of year with Heal. You know.
I'm confident we'll get it one day. Who
Yeah.
knows when, but like,
Tomorrow.
I'll push to make sure something happens.
Yeah, and like even as like a president or like being on exec for 3 years, like you deserve that too, to have like your Heal closure. Like not that it's done
Your
forever.
end of the year picnic.
Yeah, exactly. All those things that we would normally do that we didn't get to.
Yeah, and I feel bad because like I also wanted to give closure to the exec board because I like I planned to give you guys like little tiny gift bags, but we're not even in person. So again, maybe in a year when we're all together, that will happen. But that could be a while.
Now I'm so excited.
Don't get too excited.
I'm
It'll be
so.
a gift
This is.
bag with a Merck vaccine inside.
Yeah, and it'll go test this for me, Bobby, and I go, yes, the moment I've been waiting for.
Bobby, your bag's a little bit different. I'm gonna need you to come back here with me.
And you're putting on
You
gloves.
put the bag over his head and you drag him out.
Oh man! All right, so last year, you didn't get to dance, right? So tell us, what was it like to dance in Dawn 2020?
Ooh, it was really cool. I wish I could do it again. I mean, like right away, like.
Do you wish you could do it again? I don't know.
Oh yeah, so I mean, when you finish it, you're kind of like, put me to bed right now, like I'm not gonna sleep.
Kill me, right?
But like, the thing with me was I was seriously enjoying it all the way up to about, I want to say around 8 a.m. Sunday morning. To me, it was when I hit that second night that I was like, it's hard to stay awake. But the only reason I could was just because I had Heal there with me on the floor, so that was nice. But yeah, like everything else I can actually remember most of, and that was just all awesome. I think one of the like best memories I have was it was during the pep rally. Brandon and I were just like, we were kind of tired, so we decided to just not be there for it. So we went in the back and like where they have all the games set out, and we just started playing.
Right?
Yeah, the playground, and we started playing cornhole, and it was really just us two, and then probably about like 5 to 10 Thon children just all running around, and like two of the kids came up to us and asked to play with us, and of course we were like, yeah, let's play. And they were just cheating so much, and I don't know, it was just really funny because like
You call them out.
No.
You're like, yo, that's not regulation. That's not regulation.
No, like when I say Brandon and I would throw our hacky sack, and the kid would just slap it out of the air. And like you can't just be like, hey, this is going, I need a reshot. So I mean, it was really fun.
That's so funny.
And yeah, and then like, oh, so the two kids were against each other, so they each wanted one of us to be on their team.
Okay.
And so they were the ones kind of saying to each other like, hey, that's cheating, but like we were just kind of standing there like, like just having fun with it. But that was a super fun because it was the one time that there was nobody there. Like it was just us and then some kids, and like it was like Thon wasn't even there. We were just having fun with some games.
It's also great that you chose Pep Rally to do that because there was no section to support you at that time either. So it's a good thing you were there looking for it.
That's true.
Well, I feel like pep rally's so overwhelming anyway that like you don't even really look at the section. You're just so focused on the amount of people.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
It's just super crowded there anyways. And I've seen it once or twice. I thought it was cool, but then the more you see it, the more it's just like, oh, I saw this last year. But I definitely would recommend people do it at least once.
No, definitely. I was gonna say you can't like move, and that's always a killer when you're like packed in there. And then like men's gymnastics is gonna win, so it's like, why are you gonna watch? Granted, if you haven't watched it before, you need to watch it at least once. But
You should watch. Yeah, if you're up to it, definitely watch it. I mean, you can also know that if you're not there, you can watch it on YouTube. Like
that's true. You
a
could just
couple days and get the cool vibe. But it is neat to like feel the energy because that's when one of the times it gets the most packed. I'd say pep
definitely.
rally Final Four is when you have like the most energy in the BJC.
Did you watch it last year, Morgan?
I was on a sleep shift for
Yikes.
DR, so I was not there.
It's all right. I didn't watch it either. So
I didn't watch it either.
He was
Like,
crying in the bathroom.
yeah, honestly, I was too busy. I like was checking in to
What's
see
the
where it
matter?
was. Well, I was like, cause I was like, all right. By the time like they start re-showing, I need to be like there ready to go. So I was like keeping a note of who had gone. And then once they brought men's gymnastics out for the second time, I was like, all right, we are taking everyone from where we are and we're going down to be ready. And then like 10 minutes later, they opened it up and we were able to get it.
Wait,
But
this mention that do the two that like are brought down to like the final one do they re-show?
yeah, they redo it.
yeah.
Oh wow. Well, you know what? I've only seen Pep Rally once, so you know what? Maybe tonight, since I'm done with finals, maybe that's what I'll do.
Maybe
I'll
you watch it
Pep
back.
Rally from last year. Yeah.
Yeah,
I admittedly never watched ours on YouTube, so
yeah, I don't blame
I
you.
need to do that.
Nah, maybe I should do that. Maybe we should all do that after this because I don't think any of us
I
have
think I'm
seen
going
it.
to. I have holiday gifts to wrap, and I'll watch men's gymnastics. It's
Cool.
also snowing where I am, so I
Same.
don't really have anywhere. We're also in a pandemic, so I really don't have anywhere to go at
Also
all.
same.
So that's what I'll be doing.
That's very true.
Yeah, Ethan, what's been your like pandemic hobby? What have you been doing to when you're stuck at home? When I know you're going into work, so I guess this isn't
Yeah.
as like
Is
pressing
this a
for
layup
you.
for Bed Wars or something?
I mean,
Um,
if Bed Wars was the answer, then it's the answer. But I was not like giving you a layup for it.
So, fun fact, I actually completely forgot to mention this earlier. But something weird about my job is that I work 12-hour shifts instead of like your typical 8.
Oh wow.
But I'm only working, it averages out to like 3.5 days a week. So I have more days off, which is great. And then on top of that, and some people might think this is absolutely crazy, but it like our position is needed on site 24/7. So every 8 weeks we'll switch from either day hours to night hours. So like right now I work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And like I'll tell you right now, I woke up. We're recording this at 7 p.m. right now. I woke up around 5:30, so an hour and a half ago. Just because that's what my schedule is now.
Tell me these things. I didn't know. Do you work today?
No.
I was like, dude, it's literally 7 o'clock. You're late.
No. So actually, since it's December and it's like they do end of the year shutdown, and then it's also a holiday schedule. I'm only supposed to go in, I believe, one more day this month. So like I have a lot of off time. But that day is actually tomorrow night.
Nice.
But yeah, so the hours are crazy.
It's like you're working like firefighter hours or nurse hours or police hours, like however many days on, how many days off, and then night and day shifts.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what it
comparable
reminds
to
me
that,
of.
I guess.
Yeah.
Now I understand when you like when I texted you yesterday to figure out what time we should do this, and you said anytime works after 5. I'll be up all night. I didn't realize you are literally going to be staying up all night. I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, me too. I'm up super late. Don't worry. But I was thinking like 2 a.m. I'm going to bed. You're going to bed like
My
tomorrow
thought-
at like 6.
My thought when you said I'll be or anytime after 5 was that you work a 9 to 5 and that
Same.
you would want to get home from work and then you would be ready to podcast. That was my
Yeah,
thought.
it definitely sounds like
You're
that.
nuts.
Right?
You're crazy.
But I seriously actually love it, and I think it's because just what the job is like. There's a lot of downtime, so yes, you can be working like on projects, but then you can also spend that time just like watching Netflix or reading a book. And yeah, there's a lot to talk about that. I won't go off too much about that though.
So
Any other year you could be spending all the downtime like traveling to
Yeah.
or going kind of wherever you want. I mean, obviously this year it looks different, but I'm sure in years like in future years you could plan like a fun trip somewhere and be able to not have to take time off work. You could just travel. And then go back to work. You know what I mean?
1 year position. After this, um, I get moved to a different position, which is not working hours like this. So I won't actually be in this much longer. But I'm seriously enjoying it. The only bad side is I don't get to see the sunshine right now.
It's honestly, it doesn't shine anyways. It's Pennsylvania in December. You're not missing much. But
Mhm.
it's good that you got this shift of the like this 1 year of the job, right? Because this is like probably the
Oh
most
yeah,
exciting year you could have had it.
yeah.
So
The only bad thing about it is that like everyone else on my team, there's about like 28 of us, I'd say. We're all like just out of college, so we're all the same age. So like working with people your age is awesome. It's comparable to like working on exec with Heal.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like people that you're friends with. So that's nice, but unfortunately, we can't really do anything outside
Yeah.
of work. Like normally, we would all be hanging out whenever we had off, but now it's just go home.
yeah. So you never answered my question. What have you been doing with the downtime?
Yeah. So
He's
Any new
sleeping.
hobbies? Anything cool?
nothing too crazy to be honest. So like I've tried to pick up a few small things. Like I started reading books more. I'll be honest, I haven't read a
I
book
hate
since high
books.
school.
I hate
Yeah.
books.
Did
But
you even read books in high school? Because I didn't do that.
I didn't. I cheated.
it was half and half, let's be honest.
No,
Spark
I
notes. Spark
definitely
notes,
read.
baby. Spark notes.
But yeah, that was definitely the last time I read a full book. So I started reading a little bit more. Um, and then I also just try to do some new things. Like, for example, I painted something just because I had time to.
That's
So that
sick.
was cool. Do you really want to
No,
say it?
if you want to grab it, like maybe, but
Nah, it's fine. It's not that crazy
you can grab it
impressive.
after the podcast.
Sure, sure. But I wish I could say that there was one big thing I picked up, but I really haven't picked up on anything too nice yet. So I'm trying to find hobbies to do. If anyone has any suggestions.
Uh, Morgan, you got any? Because I have a few.
Oh, I was just gonna say you were working through a lot of it too. I mean, you were finishing school and then started working, so I guess you weren't
You've
just
been
like
busy.
doing
You,
it at home.
you know,
Yeah,
you,
you've been kind of busy.
Yeah, true.
you're not just sitting around.
And I will say, like, once you come home from these 12-hour shifts, you just want to lay
Sleep.
in bed. You don't
Yeah.
want to do
Yeah.
anything.
Okay, Bobby, what's your suggestion?
I have a couple for you, Ethan. These are some
Okay,
of
let's
the
hear
things
it.
that I've been doing. You don't have to. I have been cooking a lot. I think cooking is a great hobby to have because I think it's a great skill everyone should know how to do. Um, Also, you can use your Heal cookbook that I know you bought. Uh, Learn to play an instrument, Ethan. I think you would be a great musician. I have been grinding that ukulele. Um, get an aquarium. Fish are cool. I set up an
Kill all your
aquarium. I listen. There's a huge running joke with me and Fish and Heal. Long story, blah blah blah. People probably know. I set up a big 20-gallon aquarium in March. It was actually 2 days after I came home for what was supposed to be a week spring break, and it's still going strong, and it's awesome, and I love it, and it's super cool. And then start working out, Ethan, because we could turn you into an absolute beast. We could make you a monster. You could be like benching 315 easily.
I'm pretty sure he does work out.
Not too much. I'll go on runs
Those are my
occasionally.
4.
But I did see you've been on that fitness grind, Bobby.
Ooh,
So
I've been going hard, Ethan.
yeah, it looks like you're doing a great job.
Thanks,
I'll say
buddy.
that.
Appreciate that.
But yeah, I really should start doing that.
I'll
And
train you.
it's funny you say that because I wanted to start working out more. I wanted to like low key. I kind of wanted to get a keyboard and just start like learning to produce music, like not super seriously, but just do it for myself to keep busy.
That
Okay.
sounds super cool, and I'd be totally down to help collaborate. I don't know. I might be putting some stuff out on SoundCloud. Who
Oh,
knows?
okay. Can you do
So,
vocals?
oh, Ethan, can I do vocals? Come on, of course I
I'm
can.
thinking of making some lo-fi music, and I'm gonna need a sad voicemail from you
I got
that I
you.
can put in the
I
song.
got you. I got you.
But yeah, and then also you said cooking. That is something else that I've tried to do more of now that I have an apartment. But I can. Like I have cooked a decent amount of meals, and I did the one classic of baking a loaf of bread, which turned out
Banana
great.
bread?
It was sourdough.
Oh.
Ooh.
But
Where'd you get yeast?
so you have to make it, not like just buying it. You know, you have to make the like homemade.
Yeast.
Sourdough.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sourdough's weird.
How do you make yeast?
it's So I did this probably back in March or April, but I think it's like water and flour, and then maybe
I think that's dough, Ethan.
no. That's also yeast. That's also how you make yeast. It takes time to age. It's like I
Like
honestly
leave it
can't
open
remember.
and it like ferments and like starts growing on
It's
it.
kind of gross, but yes, like
Yeah,
that.
so that's why sourdough is kind of sour because it's like the fermentation process of it.
Yeah,
That's why it has
I
so
wish
many
I.
big little like holes in it because of all the aeration bubbles. When
Yeah, yeah,
Sourdough is delicious.
it
it
is. It's
is.
very good. So who's a
Hard to
better
make.
cook, you or your roommate Ryan Humes?
I'm gonna say he is. I think he
Really?
does it. So I don't like to like cook at night. That's the problem.
That's true. You
But I don't want it to be super loud.
Yeah. He's
And
not hanging
then
out with you at 4 a.m. making bagels. What?
No, I know. What's the problem with
I
that?
know, right? Come on. He's not cooking steaks with you.
No. So yeah, so like I only get like limited time to actually cook, and then when I do have time, I'll just cook like a meal that I can bring into work too. That's the other thing. Since you are working 12 hours, you could honestly be like you could potentially be eating 3 meals at work if
That's
you think about
crazy.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to avoid that as much as I can, and I do avoid that just because that'd be way too hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I always like try to plan to cook a meal that I can bring to work.
Awesome. All right.
Cool.
Well,
Go ahead, Bobby.
I was gonna say we're getting down to the end, and I'm assuming that's what you were gonna say. So
Yeah. So we have a few questions for
Yeah.
you.
All right, let's hear them.
Okay, I'll go first.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going first.
All
First thing. Sorry, Bobby. What do you think will be in the Thon 2021 line dance?
So I'm gonna say something maybe a little less common
Please
Please
do.
do.
Yeah.
because I'm guessing everyone has been saying like
Coronavirus.
Yeah.
No, I think
So-
they'll leave it out.
Let me think for a second. Maybe they'll do something with. Okay, they're gonna do something with Miles Sanders on the Eagles because he's been doing well. Probably something with Saquon Barkley getting injured for the Giants. And then I bet they're going to do a lot more with TikTok this year
Yeah,
because I feel like this was the year that it really blew up.
I agree.
I also agree. I have Savage Love on my on my list. That's Jason Derulo's TikTok song that he produced. It was like a sound clip from TikTok that he took and produced into a song, and it like blew up. I think it was the #1 used sound clip for TikTok this year. So
I think it's also an easy dance to learn.
They also have they're probably gonna do like the aliens and then like the killer hornets.
Yeah.
the alien thing's a good one. I didn't even think about that.
What alien thing?
Oh, it was what, like a week ago, someone from like the Israeli state came out and said that we are in contact with aliens. There's a secret base on Mars, and that Donald Trump is well aware of this, and he like was supposed to release the information, but the world wasn't ready or something. Am I missing anything, Ethan, or is that a pretty good synopsis?
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. I hope it's true because that's pretty freaking cool, but I don't think it is.
No, I don't think that's true.
Hey, I wish we were on Mars already. That'd be pretty awesome.
That would be really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Soon. We'll have
Yeah.
to see.
Very interesting. Okay, next question.
Wait, Ethan. I'm surprised you didn't mention Among Us. I thought you would
Oh,
have
right.
clued in on that one immediately.
It's honestly, this year has been so wild.
Right?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
That's gonna be on there though.
Well,
Among
we can
Us will
confidently say now too that the vaccine will definitely be in this.
Oh,
line dance.
yes.
True. That's true. They might give it out during the line dance.
What if they do? They're like, all right, they stop and like for a dance break, everyone just like gets in line. And it's like an hour and a half later, and you get your little shot, and then you start dancing again.
It's going to
That'd
be
be
one of your
awesome.
meals.
One of the dancer meals is a Pfizer vaccine.
Oh my gosh.
No, the
Okay,
first one
well-
will be like the first shot of what Moderna, and then there's a second part you gotta get.
Yeah.
They'll just like hit you as soon as you start, and then as soon as you finish. All right. What's the next one? Oh, who do you want to see on the HEALcast next?
You guys have done a lot of the people I want to see. So
Good.
I'll say I like that you mentioned Emily Foster. I think that's a good one.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then I
I've
don't
been
know if
thinking about that for a while, but she's in school, so it's kind of hard. But
yeah,
She's
that-
also
that makes
in the
sense.
plans for where we have a like a road to Thon planned where like the 4 weeks before we're gonna do the last 4 years of dancers and
yeah, so you're gonna be back on, Ethan.
yeah, you're gonna be back on. We probably should have told you that, but like the podcast before Thon you'll be on again. So
Oh, that'd be cool. It's exciting.
you and all the other dancers you danced with. But yeah, we need to. Foster will be on here. What in like 3, 4, 5, like 8 weeks.
Yeah, but she can come on again before
Oh
that.
sure, of course, I don't care.
And then I also think you got to get Ryan on.
I don't know why you didn't bring him on for this one. He should have been on
Yeah.
here. You guys should have done it together.
The thing is, he needs his own time.
That's true. That's true. I don't want to. I could have easily shot a 2-hour podcast and just released part 1 and part 2.
That's true.
Easily could have shot that. You would have saved us a week worth of recording, but it's
Yeah.
fine. We'll just have him
Okay.
on soon.
Our next question is, why do you thon?
That's not the question.
What's the
I-
question?
The question is, what does Thon mean to you?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you
Okay.
you gotta
what
ask
does
it right,
thon mean
Morgan.
to you?
Okay. I guess to me, like Thon is really just heal to me, if that makes sense. I think
Yes.
like to me it's all about like just how great our org has been like ever since I joined. And this includes
Ever since you joined, it's been great. It
I
was
mean,
it
like,
was
from-
terrible before, but ever since you joined,
no, but
I know. I'm just.
I can
messing.
say like since I've been there, like it's been such a great experience, and like this includes like the families we have that we support, and then just all like every single person that's come through Heal, I think has been like such a big part of it. And so like when I think of Thon, like it's really just like the entire experience I had with Heal throughout those 4 years. And honestly, it's gonna even continue because like here I am now on this podcast. So Heal doesn't really end, and neither does Thon.
Thon never ends, or he'll
Never.
never end. Ever.
Not
Okay,
once.
Bobby, you have a final question?
Well, Ethan, do you have any questions for us?
Is that really the last question?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think. Unless I missed one.
Or any questions that you expected us to ask you that we didn't?
Yeah, just anything.
This feels like an
Anything at all.
interview.
Yeah. There's 3 hats before you. Which one do you wear? Right? Have you ever
Yeah.
gotten that question?
No, I have not.
That's like a common interview question.
But no, I really think we talked about everything. But like the one thing I want to say is whatever Thon ends up being, and like I know we talked about that, like I seriously think it's gonna be so cool. So I'm excited to be a part of that for as much as I can. And I'm more excited to see kind of what Heal does for you guys because it's definitely gonna be awesome.
Well,
Cool.
thank you. It'll definitely be different, but it'll be good. Hopefully, we can have you back our senior year.
Yeah, I definitely hope I can visit. It is another thing, like I can't risk getting COVID just because I work with people and I'm also like face to face with vaccines. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that would kind of be an issue.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing that you're the testing rat for it, so you'll get all the junk vaccines first, and then when it's the real one that's good, you'll get it, so it'll be fine, right?
Yeah, and I will say, just as a disclaimer, we do not see like any junk vaccines. So our job is there as a just in case. The FDA makes us be there. So like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like I'm finding all these problems. It's actually like
People
all
are
of them
growing
great.
third arms because of the vaccine.
No,
Right?
Oh
no,
God.
that's not an issue.
Nah. Well,
Yeah. Well, it's a neat job. I mean, if it was not during the pandemic, you still would have been working with vaccines, right? It just would have been
Oh
different
yeah.
vaccines.
Yeah. So like I'm still working with the other vaccines. It's just a new one, pretty much, that I'll be working with eventually.
that's cool.
Got it.
That's just so cool.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Awesome. Wow. I think we have reached time. So, anything that you want to say before your hour of fame comes to an end? Don't worry, you'll be getting another one soon.
I actually don't think I've watched the ending. So are we gonna power clap on a Silent Four?
Oh, we totally can.
Okay.
Why haven't we been doing that? All right, that's
Okay,
gonna start
Bobby,
being
you
a
wrap
thing.
you wrap with your commenting, and then we'll let Ethan do the power clap
Yeah.
because he never got to do his last one.
That's
Oh,
true.
that's sad. That's sad.
All right. Well, to everyone who listened or watched on YouTube, thank you so much for hanging out with us for an hour this week. We wish you the best. Happy holidays. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep on dancing. All right, Ethan. Let's end on a power clap, buddy.
Alrighty. Power clap on Silent Four. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was pretty cool. Okay. Thanks
All right.
everyone for listening.